Okay, it's being live streamed.
Are we live through LinkedIn?
Good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this special edition of our Dark Live session Halloween. We are basically just testing a couple of things to make sure that we are streaming live on every platform we have. So just give us a minute or two. Carol, how are you doing?
Good, good, good. I am here with my friend Yoda. I am Palpatine, but we are friends in this case. So he's just chilling with me. He's a little shy. Hi.
Yeah. Hello, Yoda. Carol, yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but I can't hear you. I'm not sure if it's just me or let me just double check.
Can you hear me now?
A bit louder, yeah, but it's still soft.
Let me get my headphones.
Okay, so in the meantime, guys, while Carol is setting up her headphones, we are going to have an amazing live session today. It's going to be extremely fun. Obviously, as you can see, it's Halloween themed. So we are going to play a game today. We are going to introduce the game in a second. So in the meantime, we are just making sure that we are streaming on every platform. At this moment, I can see that we are currently live on YouTube. So I just need to make sure that we are also streaming from LinkedIn and Facebook as well.
Hello?
Yes, that's perfect, Pal.
How about now?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. So having a headset wasn't going to be part of my costume, but you guys know things change. Joda is just trying to steal the camera here. But let's wait a couple of minutes for people to get in. Um, so Morne, can you tell us a little bit more about who you are? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, so I guess I'm a South African version of the Joker. The hair is not really doing the job, but yeah, obviously I was trying my best in that regard. So yeah, I'm the Joker today. And Carol, what about you? Who are you?
I am Palpatine, and as I said previously, in this case, we're friends. Joda and I, we got our little problems in order, so now we're friends. No worries about that, you guys. Okay. So you guys, while you guys join, I'm gonna explain a little bit more about we're gonna have like another a different dynamic from what we normally do, which is super nice to hear. I think you can't even see like my little cape because of my headset. You guys, Joda is I'm gonna put him here because he's quite in the way. He's like a backpack, but I'm wearing him on my front right now. How does it look, Morne?
Yeah, he's quite the guy, Carol. No, it looks amazing, honestly. It looks awesome.
He looks so clingy.
Yeah.
He just can't get enough of me.
Yeah. So I was informed by one of our team members behind the scenes that everything is up. We are live on all three social platforms. So yeah, Carol, what are we basically doing today?
Okay, you guys, so we are going to be playing a little game on an app. Well, it's not an app, it's a site called Mentimeter. And you guys don't have to get any apps or anything, no worries on that end. But I'm gonna share a little like instructions and I'm gonna leave my screen there for a couple of seconds so that you guys can scan the QR code, write down the code, however you guys feel most comfortable, and then we can start the game. How does that sound? It's basically a true or false, but Halloween theme. You guys will see what I'm talking about in a sec. And we will be leading the way. We will be talking about this. And honestly, it's gonna be super fun, Morne.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. It's called True or Myth. Busting
Exactly.
spooky. remote work beliefs. It's going to be absolutely amazing because obviously there are some myths regarding remote work that can tend to scare one. So today we are going to figure out if what we are mentioning and the questions we are asking, whether it's a myth or if it's true. And you guys are going to see the questions on the screen as Carol just mentioned. Please scan the QR code on your phone and then we can all play this game together. It is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, you guys, so I'm going to share my screen to show you guys the instructions. It's honestly going to be super fun. It's not it's like a type of Kahoot type of thing. So let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, I can see it on my end, Carol. Um, so basically what we are going to do now is I'm also going to scan the QR code.
Same here.
You can scan the QR code. Let's give a minute or two for everyone to join.
You guys
And guys,
wait to start because I'm going to start sharing my screen so that we can see the quiz at the same time.
yeah, if you guys are unable to scan the QR code, please join on your website at menti.com and then you use the code 58044369.
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm signed in.
Can you guys let us know um if you guys are joining, if you guys have any issues, we should wait like a minute or two more so that people that are just joining in can get in the mood, can scan the QR code. In the meantime, what are you doing for Halloween?
Yeah, so for Halloween, well, it's basically something different in some sense. We are going to have a barbecue. In South Africa, we call it a braai. So our friends are going to gather. We are just going to have some meat on the fire and eat it. And yeah, just celebrate, being in each other's presence and, being a great group of friends and, family members are also going to join. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the weekend. But I must be quite honest, I was absolutely looking forward to this live session. I can't wait to play this game. But on the other hand, Carol, what are you up to this weekend? Your plans regarding Halloween?
Okay, so basically, I'm the mother of a 1 year old. He's 1 year and 4 months. So his favorite character in the whole wild world for now is Woody. And he is going to dress up as Woody. And we're just gonna take some pictures, eat some pan de muerto because I'm from Mexico and here um we do celebrate a little bit Halloween because we're so close to the US, but we celebrate more the Day of the Dead, which is a day where we honor our past loved ones, even our little doggies or pets. And I mean, if you guys are from Mexico, have heard a little bit more. For example, morne is almost Mexican. Um, you guys know what I'm talking about. And we have this really good bread that's like it's white sweet bread and it has like little like sugar on it and it has orange peel and it's really good. And we're gonna have a little pan de muerto because it's bread of the dead. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't involve human bodies or any of that sorts. It's just what it's called. It has like two little like little bones on the top. That's what they called them. They're not literal bones. They're just like pieces of bread shaped in little bones. And yeah, we're gonna basically do that. Nothing too big, honestly. I don't want my 1 year old getting scared of big boys' costumes because I know that it's different for them. But yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited. I had my little slingy ears here, my forky, because we're going Toy Story. all in or all out this year. So, I mean, we're super excited for him. Last year he was Buzz Lightyear. Who would have known that this year he was going to be Woody? But yeah, we are very excited, and I'm super glad to hear that you're having like a barbecue, Morne. You're gonna be dressed as the Joker. You're gonna be like a online virtual hey you we I want to see a picture of you with the wig and everything, just like doing some meat, frying some brie with your fiance and having fun with your family. I'm pretty sure that they will be stoked to see you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Carol. No, thank you so much. And your weekend also sounds amazing. I'm also on your kids' side. I'm Team Woody all the way. So yeah, it sounds like a lovely weekend for you as well. And yeah, I'll definitely send you some pictures, dressed up as Joker while having a barbecue. I think that's going to be quite something to see. But
Exactly.
yeah, no, thank you so much, Carol. I believe we are ready to go. So yeah, we can probably start with the first question.
Yes, amazing. Hold on, I'm gonna start sharing my screen now. The part of the remote work myths. Morne, please let me know if in any case you're not able to see what I'm seeing because sometimes it happens. Okay, are you guys seeing my beautiful ghost making a heart?
Yes, we do. What an
Amazing.
amazing picture. Carol, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I can't hear you at the moment. It seems like technology is, spooking us around.
Hello, can you
But
hear me?
yeah, we can see some responses there. Working remotely means you'll turn into a lonely ghost. Myth. Two people are stating that it's a myth.
Can you
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, your mic is definitely down. I can see here in the comments as well. Some people are stating that your mic is down. It's a spooky day, my friend.
How about now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
It is because I was talking to you yesterday afternoon. You could hear me. We were talking before joining this and you could hear me well. I don't know. It's probably Joda.
It must be. Yeah, but awesome to have you back, Carol. And yeah, as I mentioned, our first question states working remotely means you'll turn into a lonely ghost, and the majority is stating that it is a myth. What do you think?
I mean, I thought one of you guys was going to be the fact, but to be honest, it is a myth because sometimes even though you're working remotely and you're in front of a computer at the same time, for example, if you have roomies or if you have family, they're all around, so you're not very lonely. At the same time, you have a ton of coworkers that you're going to be talking to each day. So, I mean, I know it's not an in-office job that you'll be seeing them physically, but I do believe that if you try your best to be with your coworkers, talk to them, ask them how their family's doing, ask them how their loved ones are doing, ask them how they're doing, you won't feel lonely at all. Because, I mean, if you just try to have this mindset of, yeah, I'm working from home, but I still have the chance to talk to my coworkers and whatnot, you'll be good to go. I mean, there's a lot of people of us working from home that we can start to feel that this can be true, but you just have to put yourself out there. I mean, don't be the reason that someone feels lonely in their home office position. What do you think, Morni?
That was well put, Carol. I totally agree. There definitely is this myth around once you start working from home, it's going to be lonely for you. And I'm glad to see that the majority agreed, that it is a myth. And it absolutely is a myth. I must say, before I started working remotely, there was this sort of fear inside me that, yeah, maybe it's going to be a bit lonely, but that's absolutely not the case. I mean, as you mentioned, you have your family around you, you have your co-workers, you are constantly in communication with your co-workers as well. I think if it was a lonely job, then you and I wouldn't have known each other. There are a lot of things you know about me, and there's a lot of things I know about you because we communicate. And so we also started becoming friends. So yeah, 100% that is a myth.
Exactly. I feel the same way. I mean, honestly, it depends on, for example, what just came to mind, just to close this question up, is sometimes when you're working from an office, you get home so exhausted from traffic, from being like in an office all day and whatnot. I'm not trying to shade on in-office jobs, but can you guys hear me? Because they're like a weird thing popped up right now.
Yeah, we can hear you, pal.
Okay,
All
sorry,
good.
sorry. I'm just like paranoid. Um, you get home so exhausted that you barely want to talk to anyone, even have it be family, have it be your loved ones, and that can be lonely too. So I think it just depends on your mindset and your way to looking at it's all about perspective.
That's a valid point. Yeah, so good. Absolutely.
Now we have you have to sacrifice your work-life balance to prove you're serious about your job. Let's see what pe the public has to say. Think about this one, guys. Think about it, Yoda.
Yeah, it's definitely, something circulating regarding remote work that you have to sacrifice your work-life balance um, in order to prove your worth. But I guess, we are going to find out what the audience is thinking. But yeah, at the moment, whilst you are sharing your screen, we are still seeing the first question.
Really? Hold on. How about now?
Yes, we can see it.
You guys can see the little zombie there sacrificing his work-life balance.
Okay, so once again, the majority is stating that it's a myth. What do you think, Carol?
I mean, I agree. So for example, sometimes people think that at the moment that you sacrifice being with your loved ones, being at home, having time to rest, it's a bad thing because we do live in a culture. Well, I think every day it's a little less, but we do live in a culture where we see this resting part as something bad. We always have to be hustling. We always have to be doing everything in our hands, and it can be how can I say, contradicting because you end up so burnt out that you're not even being productive anymore. So you guys remember that it's important to rest, to have those times to rest, and there's nothing bad about it. I mean, think about your future self. Sometimes being burnt out about hustling and being so on top of everything while you put your personal life on pause or you just completely blank it out of the picture, it's very contradictory because at the end of the day, you won't be as productive as you would be if you had a balance between those things.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And yeah, I think one of the other reasons, why some people believe that you don't really have a work-life balance when it comes to a remote job is because you are working behind the scenes, so your boss is not really face to face with you. So I guess people are probably thinking that, yeah, I need to put in more effort. I need to work, after hours in order to prove my statement in order to say, that I am a professional worker. And, that's really not the case. Especially yeah, job doc. Yes, we are all working hard and, we are dedicated to our job. But we have our time offs, we have our free time, we have a work-life balance. So I think, or not I think, I definitely know that this question is most certainly also a myth.
Exactly. Thank you, Morne. I know that you wrote a blog about this a couple of, maybe it was months ago, but you guys could go ahead and read into that.
Yeah, for sure. And no, thank you, Carol. Yeah, guys, you can find all our blogs on our website at jobdoc.com. But it's not only about the blogs, we also have weekly tea testimonials. So if you would like to, learn more about what it's really like working with JobDoc, you can definitely check out our testimonials. If you are considering applying or if you are currently in the application process and you would just like to learn more about certain steps or more about JobDoc, you can also check out our resources, which you can also find on our website at jobdoc.com. And then obviously, if you are interested in applying, jobdoc.com.
It was like an advertising commercial, Morne. It was like those advertising commercials, you barely feel them because they're so natural and engaging that you're just like, did I just stay for a commercial? Yes, you guys did. So let's move on to the next question. A remote career is as unstable as a haunted house. Okay, we have a tie there. Who
We
was it,
have
you
a
guys? No, I'm
tie.
just kidding. We have a tie here. Okay. Oh, who was the icebreaker? Watch someone right now put fact just to see what I say.
Yeah, to be fair, this is a question we also get quite often, and it's something I'm seeing doing the rounds. Some people are thinking that remote work is unstable. But from what we can see on the results so far, three people believe it's a myth, and we have one person who believes it's a fact. So, Carol, would you like to prove that one person wrong?
I mean, yes, sometimes sometimes a lot of people ask us, is this a part-time job? Is this like a project and getting that project through type of job? How can I apply if I just want a job for a year? And the answer is no. JobDuck, even though it's full-time, online, 100% remote, it's not like a unstable job because I know that sometimes a lot of home office jobs can be confused with freelance jobs, with part-time jobs. But in this case, in JobDuck, remember you guys, we don't just offer jobs, we offer job opportunities, which career opportunities, sorry, which is something that you want to see your future self doing, that you will grow in, that you will feel proud of, you will feel happy at, and that's not something that will be unstable. That's why we always encourage you guys to be very detail oriented when applying, to try your best during your application because it's not just a job that's going to be temporary. It's going to be a job that we want to have you here as long as possible. We want you to grow in this job. So take that into account.
Most definitely. That's a good answer, Carol. Okay,
Remote
so
jobs. Sorry, Morne. I interrupted you, Joker. Please have mercy on me.
no worries, Yoda. That's all good. Okay, so
Thanks, thanks,
our next
thanks.
one is remote jobs are just a trick, not a real treat. Let's see what our
Hmm.
audience thinks.
You guys answer. Answer, answer, answer.
Okay, interesting. So two people are currently stating that it's a fact. Remote jobs are just a trick, not a real treat.
Now it's
Okay,
a
we are back
tie.
with a tie.
Okay, you guys, I'm just gonna get in a little bit into this question. Mm, as you guys can see, Morne played with the copying a little bit to follow the Halloween theme. So as you guys can see, remote jobs are just a trick, not a real treat. How about that? You should make that into a song, Morne. So this is where it can get tricky. Sometimes people think that remote jobs are just being at your house all day, chilling, moving your little mouse around, being with your family, being with your roomies, binge watching a Netflix series. That is not correct. But hold on. Let me let me explain. That's not something bad. I mean, it's just like any other job. You have to be in meetings, you have to take calls, you have to be in constant communication, but at the same time, you have the super, super good pros, which are no commuting, no spending money on gas, on commute. You don't have to, this is a little secret, but you don't have to wake up 2 hours before you start. You can wake up a half an hour before, get a glass of water, um, take a quick shower, get dressed, be good to go as if you were going to an office, but you will be able to skip the part where you commute for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, because I know that's the reality of a lot of us. I mean, especially in big cities. So you will be receiving the treat, which is you save up money on lunch, for example. Yes, you do have to have your lunch. Obviously, it's not like you're going to stop eating, but you will not be tempted to take have as much as takeout as you normally would when you have an in-office job. Morne, what do you think?
Yeah, honestly, Carol, that's also the treat for me, the treat for me is the fact that you are saving time. As you mentioned, there's no commuting. And in fact, we actually have a time savings calculator on our website as well. The fact of the matter is you are saving time and you are saving money. That's the other treat for me as well because here in South Africa, gas is quite expensive, and when I used to work in the office, especially in the city, I had to travel quite long and far. So first of all, I was wasting an hour to get to work, basically 2 hours to get to work and to get back home. And furthermore, I basically used a lot of money because I was driving with my car. My car constantly broke down. So, at the end of the day, I was spending a lot of money and a lot of time on things, that are quite unnecessary, especially in the time regard. And this is, just my personal opinion, because I have been working in the office and I'm currently working from home. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to go back to the office. I have gotten so used to working from home that, it's an absolute treat. And also, once again, the people you get to meet whilst working with JobDoc, they are professionals, in the sense of work. They are super kind, super warm, super friendly, and you get to learn from them. Not only in the sense of what they do in their role, but also what they do in their personal lives. You get to learn about their traditions and cultures, and that's something that I wouldn't really change for anything in the world. And it's definitely for me, it's a privilege and an honor to work from home and especially work with JobDoc. So for me, it's absolutely a treat.
Yoda agrees.
Let's go,
Yoda
Yoda.
agrees. Next question. You need special powers to get hired for a remote job. People say that's a fact. Well, one person. Let's see if someone has. People say it's a myth. Two people say it's a fact. Well, it depends on the way that you look at this. Maybe being very organized is a special power. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, you guys, you need the same thing as in any other job. You need to be organized. You need to be on top of things. You need to be tech savvy, which I believe a lot of us nowadays are pretty much considered tech savvy with so much technology going on all around us. What do you think, Morne?
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Carol. It all depends on how you look at it. A remote job is no different from any other job, actually. The only difference is, yes, you are working from home, but just with a physical office job, you still need to have an interview. You can't just walk into the office and now all of a sudden you are hired. And the career opportunities we offer are opportunities that you can find, in a physical office as well. So there's not really something different for me in that sense. I think what Carol mentioned in regards to attention to detail and those sorts of things are super important. I think that the difference is once you start working from home, you don't have a boss speaking over your shoulders. So attention to detail is absolutely crucial. You need to make sure that you'll be able to upload the files in the correct folder, or send the correct emails and things in that regard. That's where it gets a bit more technical, but remote work is, it's really an amazing opportunity for anyone who is interested, in this new way of work. And I'm saying it's a new way of work. It's kind of already old now in that sense, but it is something quite spectacular. And yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in a career with JobDoc, the tips we can give you, and one of the most important tips are that, attention to detail matters. If we, for instance, have a marketing assistant position available, but you have experience as an executive assistant, then probably it's not going to work out well to apply for a marketing assistant role, because that means you don't really have experience as a marketing assistant. So what I'm trying to say is look for opportunities that are in your field where you have the skills and the experience for that specific role. And then furthermore, just pay super close attention to everything that's being asked of you within the application. And the faster you complete the things within the application, the faster we can move forward. So yeah, if you are currently in our application process and you believe things are not going well for you, I highly suggest you to take a look at our blogs. We have three blogs pinned at the top of our page. The one is regarding our application process, the hiring process, and the secrets you need to know about the first 90 days of working with JobDoc. And yeah, I believe those blogs will help you a lot.
Joda agrees as well. He says yes, yes, yes. Remote workers are chained to their desk all day. That would be a creepy coworker if I had a coworker like that.
Yeah, that zombie looks quite frightened about something.
I believe that this is a myth. I mean, you have to have a balance. You have to know when to stop working. If you try and work all day, every day, as I said at the very beginning, you will just end up being burned out. And that's something that you don't want. Because at the end of the day, you stop being as productive in a short amount of time. And something that you could do probably in 2 hours, you end up doing it in 5 to 6 hours, all because you're burning out and you're trying to stay productive by being on your desk all day, but it's not like that.
Most definitely. I can agree with you, Carol. And yeah, at the end of the day, anything that's too much is unhealthy. Watching too much TV is unhealthy for your eyes. You know, there are so many things, basically anything in life, too much of it can be unhealthy for you. But luckily, yeah, job doc, during our work days, we have two 15-minute breaks that you can take at any time. So that basically means you can stand up, you can stretch, you can go for a short walk. You basically have 30 minutes altogether, but it's two separate 15-minute breaks. So, we use those specific breaks very useful. We stand up, we stretch, as I mentioned, sometimes we go for a short walk. It all depends on what you prefer. And then also you get a 1 hour lunch break. So that basically means you get two 15-minute breaks and a 1 hour lunch break. So yeah, this one, in my opinion, is absolutely a myth.
Exactly, Morne. Remote teams can't build real friendships. I would put myth, 100%.
Okay, so we see a tie at the moment. Remote teams can't build a real friendship, or can't build real friendships.
You guys, it's like when you meet someone. I mean, it's not the same thing as in a party, but at the end of the day, you can talk to them. You can, I mean, if you guys feel like you guys connect when working, you guys can always meet up after work in person, especially if you guys live in the same, obviously, state. For example, for Morne and I, it's just a quick um, plane to South Africa. Mexico, South Africa, the usual. There's no
Yeah.
need to make a huge fuss about it.
Yeah, but with all honesty, Carol, you are making a good point. I have met some of my team members, who is working with JobDoc living in South Africa. We've met up in person quite a couple of times already. At first, because, I started working remotely, and normally when I meet someone, it's in person. So at the time when I had to meet some of our team members in South Africa, I was a bit worried that, maybe it won't be the same. But with all honesty, when we met in person, it was exactly who they are, at their job as well. The meetings we have, whenever we, especially on Fridays after work, some of our team members get together after work and we have meetings and we chat and, we just get to know each other. We have background music playing. We are making jokes. It's honestly, such a vibe. And yeah, I believe building relationships in any sort of job, not only just remote work, is super important. Because at the end of the day, you can be the best at what you do at work, but in some sense, one still needs a bit of motivation. One still needs someone to know. You still need to know that someone has your back, and that is what friendship is all about. Obviously work comes first, but it's good to connect with people, and remote work makes it absolutely possible. Job talk makes it absolutely possible. So for me, it's a move.
Morne, you drop, mic drop. Remote work is only for tech wizards. Hmm. We have another tie there.
Interesting. Oh,
Fact.
it's switching to a fact now.
You guys, nowadays, all of us are tech wizards, to be honest. I mean, we're out here helping our parents connect to Wi-Fi. I once saw this meme that it was like my mom did something really odd and she put our house up on Google Maps because she was just clicking away. How did she put her house up on Google Maps? Who knows? That can happen, but let's go back to the question. I think it's a myth because I mean, nowadays, you guys, we have everything. We can even just ask Google, hey, Google, how do I get to know this new software called yada, yada, yada? You guys, there's just no excuse. I mean, you're one click away from learning anything new. Literally mention something that you can't learn online. You can learn so many things online. You can't learn rocket science, though, but you can learn a lot about technology.
Most definitely, and the world is moving so fast, in regards to technology. So, I think all of us, these days are in some sense forced to learn more about technology because that's the way life is. And yeah, I mean, if you're able to switch on a computer, and you know how to connect your Wi-Fi, then you are already there. That means you are able to sign in to your work. And when it comes to the software and stuff, obviously, if there is a certain software you don't understand, and you are interested in working with JobDoc, and perhaps you might be working with that specific software, um, you know, we are also training you in that regard. There is a 90-day probationary period, and obviously the team is not just going to say from the get-go, hey, understand this or understand that. And I'm not just specifically talking about software, but you are not going to be, thrown into the lion's den. So yeah, as Carol mentioned, Google is basically a click away, and it's so much easier with all the assistants we have these days to figure out how technology is working. And yeah, you most definitely don't need to be a tech wizard.
Yes, guys, as Morne says, for example, when I went into JobDuck, it was the first remote job I was going to be working. So I was pretty scared, to be honest. I had no clue what was in for me. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know where to sign in, where to go. I didn't know how which platform we were going to be using. And I know a lot of you guys sometimes ask us, "Hey, how will I be paid? Do I need to be signing up for something right now?" And I always say like, "No, chill. There's going to be someone that's giving you a helping hand along all along the way, and you will not feel this lost forever. And there will always be someone you can ask your questions to from, hey, where do I sign in? Or how about if this happens to me and whatnot. So relax, you guys, you got this. Take it one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Remote work
Okay.
drains your energy faster than a vampire bite. What do we think, Murni?
Well, my opinion is, it's absolutely a myth. Um, so, as I mentioned before, I'm from South Africa, so our time schedule is a bit different. I start my shift at 2:30 p.m. Up until 11:30. And I mean, I have so much time, through the day to basically do anything I would like to do. And that also brings in work-life balance again. But what I'm trying to say is, if I'm tired on a certain day, I can most probably sleep up until 12 or maybe 1. And yeah, remote work definitely has its work, and just like any other job, you have some tasks, you need to complete your tasks. It's basically a job, but I wouldn't really say that it's draining your energy, not at all. Something that really drained my energy when I used to work in the office was basically to drive to the office. I had to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning to be there at 6:30. So I normally drove at 5, and then I was there at around 6:15, and that was something that absolutely drained my energy. And especially if you drive away from work, in my personal experience now, you are so tired after work and now you need to hit the traffic again. And those are the things that is really draining my energy. But the work itself at JobDoc, it's always interesting. As we mentioned before, technology is growing so fast, so you need to adapt the whole time, and that is what keeps this career so interesting for me. And it makes it fun. And at the end of the day, you just need to understand how to balance, work and life. And if you are able to do that, you are going to be, the king of work-life balance or the queen of work-life balance. And yeah, so for me, Carol, it's absolutely a myth.
Awesome, Morne. I mean, waking up at 5 a.m. My husband also wakes up at 5 a.m. We live in Mexico City and traffic here is wild. I think it's one of the cities with the worst traffic in the world. So he gets in at 9 and he has to leave here around 7 or else he doesn't make it in time. That's just bizarre. And I mean, you guys, there's so many things that remote work actually gives you back your energy. As Morne says, not having to commute, not having to see where you're going to have for lunch that day, but at the same time being healthy and takeout is not very healthy. There's just so many things that sometimes when you start working remotely, get to the agreement that there's just no going back. There's no going back to office. This is a tricky one, you guys. Once you join JobDuck, you'll never want to leave the pond. Look at that little skeleton go. That's me around 5:30 o'clock, you guys.
Okay, so it's an overwhelming fact. Once you join JobDoc, you'll never want to leave the pond. From your experience, Carol, do you believe this is a myth or a fact?
I think that's a fact. I think I just gave away my answer a couple of minutes ago. Once you go pond, you never go back. Um, yeah, I mean, you guys, once you join JobDuck, you'll see what working for a teamwork really means. I think in our department and in jobs, I guess in general, one of our values that we all agree on and we all have is we work as a team. So honestly, like the way that we work, it's not like oh, I have to go into work again and see this coworker, or I have to go into work again and see my scary boss and whatnot. It's just, you know, for once, I can say that I feel at peace with my job. I feel like I have time to be with my son, with my family, with my friends. And at the same time, I have like this very good relationship with all of my coworkers that I'm very proud of. And I'm really glad for all the people that this is getting romantic, all the people that I meet and I have met at JobDuck. And it honestly makes me not want to change jobs at all. Like I'm not cruising the web to see what I can find because I'm like very unhappy at my workplace. That's not the case at all. So that's something that I know very few people in this world can say. And Joda agrees.
The Joker also agrees, Carol. Yeah, you put it so well. Honestly, I have had a couple of jobs in the past, and JobDoc has been the best company I've ever worked for. And I understand, the audience may think that, yeah, obviously he's going to say it because he's working for the company and, it's like trying to promote the company and all of that. But this is honestly, guys, what Garo and I talk about is, from personal experiences. And for me, JobDoc is absolutely a stunning place. And um, some of my previous jobs at this unhealthy, it was something like almost flowing in the air, this unhealthy vibe where it was so competitive that people started getting jealous of one another because you can't move forward if I can't. And at JobDoc, it's the exact opposite. We are motivating one another here. We are all dreaming big. That's one of our core values. We are trying to go beyond the moon, trying to go beyond the stars and all of that. And we are trying to take each other along. We are climbing in a ship together, and all of us are climbing in this ship and trying to reach the moon. And that, among many other things, is something that really stands out for me. You are getting so motivated here in a super healthy way. Whenever you do something and it's done well, or you finished a project or something, your team is going to reach out to you and they are going to say congratulations. There's emojis in the chat, clapping hands, and it's like a celebration of its own. And that basically continues to motivate you to go even further. And working with JobDoc, you learn so much. As I mentioned earlier, technology is advancing so fast, and the remote world as well. And you need to continuously learn new things. And JobDoc allows you that opportunity because you get the opportunity to learn with your coworkers. Whenever your coworkers are seeing something online, a super interesting article or something, they tend to share it with you because they want to help you grow as well. And yeah, that's one of many, many things. We have talked about the friendships, uh, you are going to meet amazing people here at JobDoc. Honestly, I've been working here for more than 4 years now, close to 4.5 years. I've never come across someone being rude to me, or I've never felt uncomfortable here. JobDoc accepts every single person working here, and everyone is super friendly. And I think one of the reasons for that is obviously it's part of our core values and it is who we are as a company, but I think it also comes in due to the balance we have. Work-life balance, your balance between work and life, because we get the opportunity to rest and to do our things in our own time, and I think that in some sense makes us also happy as people working here. And yeah, guys, I would just highly encourage each and every one of you, if you're still hesitating about applying, I highly encourage you to, just explore our career opportunities, read our testimonials. Everyone within the testimonials are speaking from their heart, and they are giving their honest opinion about what it's like working with JobDoc. And Carol is the host of the weekly teas, and I tend to write the blogs. And I've never seen anyone saying anything negative about JobDoc. And yeah, it's just amazing to see, honestly.
Morne, you just talked from your heart. You are a master of the words. How am I going to talk after you spoke so fondly and so well spoken? How am I going to say anything about Jabdak? But yes, you guys, I cannot agree more with Morne. I mean, look at him. He's dressed here as a Joker. On Halloween, he's talking miracles about Jabdak as one should. And he's just smiling to all his coworkers all day, even though he's the Joker and he's probably his character is not in a very good mood. He's just breaking out of character. How can you guys not love what Jabjak represents when you have Morne here? Am I right, Morne?
No, thank you, Carol. No, you are complimenting me way too much. But that's guys, that's exactly the point. That's how we are motivating one another here at Job Doc. And from what I said, I know Carol feels the same as well. Sometimes when we rehearse for our live sessions, we take a moment to speak about Job Doc and basically just how grateful we are for this opportunity. And there's nothing that makes Caro and I in our work environment more happy than to host these live sessions and try to encourage people to apply because we are speaking from experience and we know what it's like to work with JobDoc. We know how the world is outside as well. We've been in situations where the workplace is not fun. It's unhealthy. You barely sleep at night. I've been there. And that's why both of us are so motivated to encourage people to just step forward, take that shot, and let's see what happens. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say.
Morne, I have said mic drop probably like 50 times by now. But Joda is also here as a testimonial to know how good of a coworker everyone at JobDeck is. As Morne said previously, you guys, I am the host of the weekly teas, and those are everyone's personal experience working at JobDeck. So each one is different. Maybe if you're looking into applying to a marketing position, you can go ahead and see from a fellow marketing um, department person a weekly tea, and that's super insightful. You can see how they felt during the application process. You can see how they felt, how they feel now, what their day-to-day tasks are, and there's just so many things that you can find out about JobJuck through our resources, through our weekly teas. We're constantly doing our best for you guys to have the full insight about what JobJuck is. You guys remember when you join JobJuck, you have to know it's not just like any other job application that you just apply and you hope for the best and you just wish it fair long. You want to know in a detailed way what JobJuck is about, what we do on a day-to-day basis, what we look for, what we don't look for. And that's something that we do want you guys to find as easy as possible. We're not just gatekeeping this information and seeing who's the best one at guessing this type of information. No, we truly are trying for you guys to apply and to make it during the application process. So, in order to have this great experience, you guys, please look into our resources, look into our testimonials, our blogs, sign up for the newsletters. Like, try your best to put your effort into knowing what JobJack is before you apply, and you guys will see that you guys will have a positive response if you guys do that on your end.
Most definitely, Carol. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, with that said, it has been a great pleasure to co-host this special edition of our Dark Life Halloween edition. And yeah, to play this fun game, I think it's definitely something we are going to do again in the future, where we have these questions and we give you the opportunity to say your piece, whether you agree or whether you don't agree. And from our end, we will basically try to change your mind if you do not agree. And obviously, if we agree with you as well, then it's also something we are going to call out. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this special edition of our Dark Life. And Carol, yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Just a final thing from my end. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. If you celebrate Halloween, enjoy it, be safe, and yeah, we'll see you on the next Dark Life live session. I guess it's probably going to be a normal one, and I'm not going to be the Joker.
Morne, you knocked it out of the park with your costume, to be honest. Joda was super excited. He still is super excited about seeing you in such a great costume. You went all in, and I'm so glad to see you did. And you guys, thank you so much for joining us on this Halloween evening, morning, whatever time it is for you guys. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us. Eric, that's behind the scenes. Thank you so much for being behind the scenes. He's the mastermind behind answering all of the great questions that you guys sometimes have. So, you guys, if you have any questions, make sure to send them out to Eric and through our social media pages or through our email. So, please make sure to send us a quick message if you guys have any questions regarding the application process, regarding whatsoever about JobDuck. And thank you so much for tuning in to everyone that's watching. Follow us on our social media pages, follow us on TikTok to laugh a little bit about JobDuck and whatnot or not. So thank you so much, Morne, for joining. And it was a really pleasure talking with you and co-hosting with you. As always, thank you so much, and you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, whatever. Joda says bye bye.